had enough. Tell them we gon' be here till the morning. We gon' be here till the morning. We gon' be here till the sun come up, 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 sun come up. We gon' be here till the morning. We gon' be here till the morning. We gon' be here till the sun come up, 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 sun come up.
Martian music.
So how can this person never step on your corn? But every time you see them, well, you greet them with scorn. Somebody ring the alarm. Too long, too long. Bad mind, go on, go on. How long we have to battle this infection called bad mind? This pestilence. Go on. Hey, I see it, bad mind. I see your heart. I see your heart. Every day we hear, I do like he. Wait, is he do you? Never do me nothing. So why you don't like him for nothing? Just so you don't like somebody when you think of your bad mind. I do like she. Wait, is she do you? Never do me nothing. So why you don't like she for nothing? Just so you don't like somebody when you think of your bad mind. Every time I think about this situation, well, I see the world just full of mad people. How can you watch someone for the first time and hear them without a reason? Out of the blue, well, they're causing friction. Man, apply hate with enough conviction. Should I hold tight like boa constriction? When I see them, I ask this question, why? Hey, so how can this person never step on your corn? But every time you see them, well, you greet them with scorn. Somebody ring the alarm. Too long, too long. Bad mind, go on. I threw your bad mind, I threw your bad mind, threw your bad mind. Threw your stink, I your dirty, I your bad mind. Threw your bad mind, threw your bad mind. Threw your stink, I your dirty, I your bad mind. Threw your bad mind, threw your bad mind. Threw your stink, I your dirty, I your bad mind. Threw your bad mind, threw your bad mind. Did this person offend you? No. Send you by the wrong venue? Nah. Them get a lie and they tell you. Oh no, well, them get bootleg and sell you. No, not really. No. Did this man disrespect you? No. Or did this someone neglect you? No, well, or make the police intercept you? Nah. Or make Ebola infect you? No, what it is? Hey, so how can this person never step on your corn? But every time you see them, well, you greet them with scorn. Somebody ring the alarm. Too long, too long. Bad mind, go on. I threw your bad mind. I threw your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. Threw your stink, your dirty, your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. Threw your stink, your dirty, your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. Threw your stink, your dirty, your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. Threw your bad mind. I do like he. Wait, is he do you? Never do me nothing. So why you don't like him for nothing? Just so you don't.
The opinions and statements made by the host and participants in this program are not those of the owners, advertisers, and management company of Sugar City FM 90.3. Nor are such statements necessarily supported or endorsed by the owners, managers, or advertisers of this station. While we encourage all to share their opinions, we do not support any comments that may slander, discriminate, or otherwise offend anyone, and we insist that you refrain from any such statements.
If you have a dream, what are you waiting for? The Development Bank has what you need and more. We aim to build stronger communities. That's why we have so many opportunities. Business loans, student loans, we make a positive difference in your life, in your life, in your life, in your life. Yeah, financing your dream home, we make a positive difference in your life, in your life, in your life, in your life. Yeah. Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis. We make a sustained positive difference in your life.
Welcome to the Customer Support Portal, where we have made it easier for you to contact us. It starts with your question, email, a message, phone call, or a search on our website. Our CSP provides prompt and efficient solutions to your problems. We pride ourselves on treating our clients responsibly and ensuring your information is kept safe. Log on to www.skndb.net and send us a ticket or email us at customersupport@skndb.com. You may also call us directly at 869-465-2288, extension 1322 or 954-353-1003.
Fellow citizens, near and far, Join Newrish Nital on Sugar City 90.3 for Fear No Favor.
Where is the dancer man? No rocker come out for war.
Tune in to 90.3 on your FM dial. Log on to SugarCityFMSaykits.com or download Simple Radio app from the Google Play Store. Enjoy Newrish Nital every Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. as Newrish Nital tackles the issues and take your call. Fear No Favor every Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. on Sugar City 90.3 FM.
Tonight I have with me Lady Rochester and Mr. Berry. We're going to be having an instructive, informative, and lovely conversation. We're going to be speaking a little bit about Carnival. We know that our Carnival is in December. That means we would have gone through 11 long months, working hard, looking after the family, the kids, making sure everybody would be putting out their best productivity. And December is the time for us to let them know we're here and do what we have to do, have some fun. But in recent times, it will have become business-like. And to me, the purpose of Carnival would have been diluted to cultural insignificance, but rather more like a business venture for most. And first of all, I would like to ask the guests to introduce themselves before we get into the sum and substance of this program.
All right,
Ladies
good
first.
evening, Radio Land. My name is Chantal Rochester. Oh, okay. Good evening, Radio Land. My name is Chantal Rochester.
My name is Raheem Berry. I'm from Lodge Village originally, and it's good to be here today.
Okay, Lodge, that is a place that I'm familiar with. When I taught Kian High School, I taught persons from that area.
I went to Kian High.
I taught Kian High on 2 occasions. At first, when I finished with school, and after I would have gone off to study and come back. I first taught history, and then accounts, commerce, and POB. And then when I went back the last time, I taught chemistry and mathematics. So that was my job place, so to speak. Lovely environment. Now, what do you think about us having Carnival in December? Some people call it a unique matrimony of Christmas and Carnival. Some people resist that saying and prefer that Carnival can be moved to another date so that we get the full substance of our Christmas season. What do you think about our carnival being held around that time when Christmas season should be more pronounced. Chester.
I personally don't have a problem with it, and that's just because it has been embedded in our culture. So, yeah, what do you think about it, baby?
I mean, that's what I grew up with. So,
Right, so-
I to change it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, changing it to another time might be way more competitive
Right,
because you have
because-
crop over, St. Lucia Carnival.
Trinidad is in February.
Trinidad
I
is in
think.
February.
Yeah. So.
But the only it's called Sugar Mass, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the ending of Sugar Mass is ending of sugar cane and stuff like that when they were rooting it. That would be in June, right, Mr. Natal?
Yeah, but that would have long gone now.
Yeah.
Sugar was
Yeah.
comatose and then he met his
I know it
eventual
crop over.
death.
That's the reason for
Crop
them.
over is Barbados
Right.
Yeah,
now.
that's the
Right.
reason for them having it, like during that time. But as for St. Kitts, I think December is probably best. It's a good period.
But Mr. Natal, if we were to change it from December, what month or what season do you think would have been
That is where the
best?
difficulty is.
Right.
Having it rescheduled
Right.
for almost every Caribbean region, and sometimes even Canada, New York, and those places would have already been firmly timetable.
Right.
And to move things would not be all that easy. So we'll have to bear with it a little bit more. And that's what we're supposed to do. It's just not for December. It's the season. And sometimes the behavior that we display around carnival time is not as conducive as we like it to be around Christmas time. We agree?
Yes.
Your behavior, you think your conduct and behavior is conducive.
My
for the
conduct and behavior is conducive.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yes.
celebratory period. So I think it is.
It's, as you said, we started, we worked hard all year. It's just that time to let down our hair. And that is my birthday season too as well. So, I mean, let down your hair and to have fun. I'm up for that.
I think it's very unique that
Yeah.
we have it in December, honestly.
right.
I'm very to let down your hair and have fun.
Right.
But how much fun could you have when the price and cost of tickets to many of the functions are so high that some people have to actually go for loans in order to stomach the financial expenses during the season? Because if you took a loan to go to a particular function, you would be in there thinking about what else could I have done with that monetary amount that I paid. And in order for you to, you'll have to take in some alcohol because you'll have that internal tug of war. Yes, I paid this amount, and it is humbugging me because I have to actually go for a loan. When you look at the cost of joining a troop, for example,
Yeah.
I heard that there's some controversy over the tropics. I don't know what they are.
yeah.
I must confess to that. The
Okay.
tickets, could you enlighten me a little bit more as to why the social uproar with
Is
respect
it Tropics or Ultra?
Well, it's both.
It's
They're,
both.
they're both.
Okay.
Because I think Ultra has decided not to launch a group this year. So, and a lot of people are peeved about it. But I understand.
Could you give some possible reasons?
Well, I think this for the price, the inflation, and them. I'm not sure. I'm not remembering exactly, but I think inflation was one. The of stuff, the car, and the time to get ready was just not possible. And in a sense, I from a business standpoint, I can't understand their reasoning. I understand their reasoning because Ultra is known for quality. When you see an Ultra costume, you know that's probably one of
Yeah.
the best you're gonna see
100%.
on the road in December. And I'm sure that the owners of that business, if they know that they can't, bring that standard to
Bring
the
that
road,
standard again, yeah.
and they decide to opt out of this carnival, the upcoming carnival season, I agree with them
When you
because
say they did not have sufficient time, what are you
I'm just
really
assuming.
saying?
I'm just assuming
Carnival
when it comes to the
finished
time.
last December. We
Right,
had-
but I mean, like, remember we had the whole COVID
Yeah,
and
but
all
COVID
kind of
would have
stuff.
started to dilute in its effect on society. And if we had something last year that was closer to COVID impacting time, this year is further away. So why is it the time a problem?
Again, I'm
You
just
mean that we have
assuming
not
it's the
recovered
time.
from the inflation?
I don't think we've recovered from the inflation because we're living it right now. It's happening right now. I don't think we've recovered. But
What do you think, Barry?
okay, my question is, would we have rather them launch a troop that with an exorbitant price?
Possibly.
We would have rather that
Yeah.
than for them to say, no,
Because
we're not launching.
I still think people are really hungry for carnival.
Carnival.
So they will definitely pay whatever they need to pay just to go to carnival. Like especially Sugar Mass. Yeah, 51.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really 51? Do you count one in between there?
They counted it, so I'm counting it.
We're counting it. We can't just say. We
What do
can't,
you
if
want?
you
Or
don't
is it-
celebrate your birthday
or
this
is
year,
it
you're not
50?
counting it.
50 and 3/4.
Or is it 50 and a quarter?
Come on. You're counting
I mean, we had
it.
Queen shows. I mean,
Yeah, we had the Queen shows and stuff like that. So we got count it.
So it was a full-fledged carnival.
yeah, I mean,
Like
I
this carnival
personally
in
wouldn't
the
count it just because we didn't touch the road. But that's just me personally.
I mean, the Queen shows
But the
count.
Queen, I
the
guess,
Calypso
yes.
shows and stuff like that. They count.
Yeah.
We would have imported quite a lot to Trinidad. And I guess that is where the cost would come in. Because instead of trying to promote creativity here, we decided to import someone else's.
Did it start in Trinidad or Brazil? Did it start in Trinidad or
The
Brazil?
costumes and those sort of stuff that we import, most of the time they come from Trinidad. And maybe it's time we start looking inward and see how we can produce our own costumes and help the guys to improve successive years instead of having that strong import bill and then we suffer because we can't maintain it. And then that cost is usually passed on to the players.
So, Mr. Natal, in terms of international reach, do you think that our internal artisans can reach internally and externally in terms of international?
But if you don't give them that foundation and then try to catalyze it,
Just
but how would we reach there if we do not give them that opportunity?
okay.
How could we reach if we do not give people an opportunity? We go and we see things and we make friendships and some feel like, okay, taking that back to St. Kitts, I could get a little commission for getting this material. And sometimes the whole package of transactional activities. And I think that we can promote our locals' expertise a little bit more. They can learn.
Right.
We can learn.
Do you have an idea of who has that capabilities right now?
I really don't know who would do the scouting for those stuff, but I know before Trinidad, who were doing it before.
Those ladies that make the earrings and stuff like that down at Port Sante, do you think that they have the craftsmanship to?
We
Yeah,
have,
I think so,
we
honestly.
have people here
It
who
might be.
create
It's like telling a child you go to the beach to learn to swim. Where they're going to learn a bath and a bathtub. It can be equated to that. It's tantamount
So
to
you-
that. Give people an opportunity.
So we could start with like Green Valley Festival. and stuff like
Yes,
that.
we need to with some of the
community
festivals that we have around in the communities, and you give persons. Even the culture department can give a little allowance to help to promote that, offset whatever the community then would have to do, and get people involved in creating stuff.
I want to ask you a question. You talked about how Carnival was before
Yes.
in your time. So to
So there must be a time. There must be a time before we start importing stuff.
So tell us a bit about
How-
that.
yeah,
How
tell
was-
us
how
about
was
that because
Carnival?
I-
It was not
don't
that,
know
It was
Carnival.
not that vulgar. And
Okay.
that is the aspect of it that I really dislike.
What do
It
you,
is
what do you,
distasteful.
what do you call vulgar
Vulgar,
specifically?
You have females dancing in outfits that if they're, according to the song, they must always be bending over as if they're toiling in some kind of
But-
cane field.
but-
and sometimes when they bend over, you can see what they had for breakfast.
So
But-
is
I
it so?
understand
So,
that
so
is-
then
But is it not part of our culture?
No. We never
my
used to behave
question
like
is-
that.
My question is it the vulgarity in terms of the movement, body movement, or the outfit?
The
For you.
outfit, it is too skimpy.
Because I am sure that back in the day, females used to bend over too.
Yes, but when
yeah.
they bent over, you couldn't see what they had for breakfast.
Okay, I got you. So it's the outfits.
So what do you think about the outfit? Why are we emoting everything?
I think the outfits are beautiful.
Yeah.
You think they're beautiful?
Yeah, 100%. This is coming from a younger person.
Yeah.
Maybe you're thinking of things as, a little bit dating in that specific aspect. But right now, who are buying them, yeah, we definitely think they are
They
beautiful.
buy them because they want to fit in. They feel everybody else has it, so therefore they want to fit as well. Some feel comfortable. Some of them buy them and still cover
If
put
you are-
something over them. Would you agree? You've seen persons
What,
buy
the tights?
costumes and cover them
Well, I mean, nothing
because they
wrong
know
with
some
that.
of them know that the children and family members will be ashamed to see. The parents and the sisters especially.
I think we
dress that way.
became nice, like accepting in the Caribbean right now when it comes to that kind of dressing. I think.
I believe the songs that are composed,
Yeah.
they are composed with those things in mind. And unfortunately, we play them even when we have our little children dancing to those songs and innocently not understanding the lyrical content. And I think it is an injustice to those children. It is an injustice. We have to have people doing composition for the road children opposed to letting them use
Okay, I
the
understand.
ones for the big people. I think we can respect our children
Okay.
a little
Okay.
better than that.
Okay.
Okay.
I can
Good
agree
point.
with that. I can agree
Good
with
point.
that.
'Cause they're singing along, but they don't say they understand the content.
Right.
And it's very distasteful to have them uttering and repeating catchphrases inside of certain calypsos or certain tunes for the road.
So, may I ask you another question? Which mass is the best mass?
Which mass?
Yeah. Which year? Because you might not remember the mass, but which year?
I believe in times of Elimat and those guys, where
Why?
people are a little more mellow.
I've heard of the name, but I don't even know.
Well,
who
that's
it
my
is.
family. I talk with him on a regular basis as well. One of the best musicians we would have had, one of the best calypsonians we would have had, and persons
Yeah,
that
King Connors?
might be ought to be a national hero.
Hero.
Before Kim Collins, Elimat was the only person out there bringing people to our shows. He went to Toronto, he went to London, he went to New York, spreading the creativity of Kiddishan music. And I think that we ought to commend him
and
a
make
little
him-
bit more. And he did tunes for the children. Maybe you're too young to hear him about Shang Shang, Ilele Shang Shang.
Lele, shang, shang,
That is
lele.
people that people sing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up
Yeah.
here, so
You didn't grow up here. Where you grew up?
Barbados.
Barbados. Born in Barbados. But Barbados is similar to St. Kitts. Capover is no big difference.
Yeah,
There's
no,
no big difference
no big-
between
no big difference.
Capover
Just the
and what
music,
we
just the
have here.
music
Yes,
style
even.
is completely different. St. Kitts have bands and stuff like that. It's really nice.
But my
Weird.
sense of saying that you can't appreciate like the modern costumes. This
Nah, the skimpiness.
Not the
No,
skimpiness.
too skimpy. Yeah, too skimpy.
What do you think about the music now?
There are a lot of rhythm box. I would have really preferred Burning Flames from Antigua, who did that one year, came with a rhythm box and had people jamming for hours after hours after. Just put the rhythm box there and you go and people's feet became blistered. But when you had people like Mick Stokes and those guys and the drums, you could get a real man break and you hear the rolling of the drums. It was a little bit more enticing. Want you to come in and participate. We have the type of music we have now. We have taken the steel pans out of it. Steel pans for the elderly where they can jam without people boxing them in the face. Let me ask you a question. Why don't people feel that they have to back hands and hit each other?
You mean the mosh pit? You mean the mosh pit?
Why do you feel they have to hit people?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that
They
one.
come from sober minds or your people when they're intoxicated?
Yeah, I'm really not a fan of that one
maybe
at
it's
all.
just excitement, their way of excitement, I guess.
Well, that's a
I-
very
I-
awkward way of
I
expressing
I
because so
disagree.
many fights used to break out
Yeah.
and as a result of this
Sometimes,
bouncing.
yeah.
You know, but
I feel like it's like peacocking, in a sense. Yeah.
yeah, we have to get away from that. But I think overall, the persons in charge of Carnival would have been making quite an effort. But the expenses, let us talk about the expenses. We are not going to leave that untouched.
Okay.
What do you think about the transactional nature? The $3,000 and so to enter a troop? I mean, your children them got to eat 2 square meals instead of 4 while you save the rest.
Okay, so because it became like kind of international, like a lot of international people are able to like. So it's not just about saying it's people. No, a lot of people come from abroad. Like I had an ex-girlfriend that came down here and participated in the mass, and people just come from abroad. People from St. Kitts go to St. Lucia and stuff like these and pay, price. Who can afford it? Pay for it. So I guess
so
it's
why should you exclude the majority of persons because of price
but I
discrepancy?
don't think
I
it's
don't
majority.
think so, because I feel like there's a troop for everybody's
Tell me about that.
pocket.
Everybody.
Tell me, please.
Right.
I'll be
Yeah.
quiet. Tell me about the troops that is for these up
Oh
here,
boy,
those in between.
no, you're getting into
No,
social
because you're gonna-
stratification.
No boy.
I mean,
because-
but I mean, I'll be honest. Some troops just based on price, they basically kind of price out certain people.
Phase out,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Just like certain parties and stuff like that because it's kind of like an exclusionary type of things to
But
get
you
into.
think that is ideal for a carnival environment?
Well,
Everybody
not
should
when,
not
we,
be
not when
partaking.
we basically preaching togetherness and all of that, celebrating together and stuff like that.
But ultimately, at the end
it's-
of the day, it's still a business.
Right, right.
At
And
the
then
end of the day,
because you
what?
have to
Still
look at the
business.
back end.
Is it supposed to be? Is carnival supposed to be a business or a cultural affair to
But
give
business isn't
people-
everything, though. Business
yes,
isn't
but it cannot be
everything.
skewed towards business and keep out the cultural
I understand.
aspect.
You could keep the culture. You could have a nice marriage between the two,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you could keep the aspect and still make money from it. And I think that's where these certain troops come in because, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
the best troop is the clown. I'll
You
say
clown.
that. I'll say that till
I
I,
love
die.
masquerade. I love masquerade.
Right.
Masquerade. I
I'll
love
say that till
masquerade.
till I die.
Listen,
Clown is the
Listen.
best troop out there,
Listen.
100%. That's my opinion. But
I
I do
all-
understand the gravity that people have. Is, other troops, I will not call their names, but other troops.
I mean, but we have to take into consideration the production aspect of these costumes. Feathers are expensive. The manpower to put them together. You're talking about hundreds of costumes you have to put together and ensure that all the details are, sequenced properly and stuff like that. That's not cheap. Just one feather costs about $7 or $20. You know what I mean? So we got to take into consideration the cost that goes into these costs. So my take on all of this is, when it comes to price, is to just choose the troop that fits your pockets.
And
Or
the-
don't hang your hat where, as your
Yeah,
grandmother used to
don't
say,
go above
you don't hang your
your
hat where your hand
means.
can reach. Right.
Yeah, but why even put a place to hang your hat so high? Why even create the environment?
Because as Barry
What is the
said,
purpose? Let me ask the two of you. What do you think the purpose of carnival is? You answer first and then
Yeah,
Bill
yes,
answer.
that's a very good question.
Let her answer
Yeah,
first. Go ahead.
for
What is the
revelry,
purpose
for
of carnival?
celebration, togetherness, stuff like that. I feel that's what carnival is.
Interesting.
And you're saying social
And
stratification.
to showcase our culture, essentially, to showcase our culture as a people, like our way of life.
And the more people we have participating, it would stand a higher probability of being showcased.
Say that again?
The more persons participating. So this social stratification that you phase out this and you phase out that because of pricing, that can be consistent.
I
with the
don't think
purpose
it's.
of
I don't think
carnival.
it's phasing out. I feel like each aspect of carnival has its purpose. You have the ones for the feathers and the troop and the to look and the look good stuff. You have the part where you revel and you dance and your stuff like that. And you have the cultural aspect, and that's where our me's and our clowns and our
The St. Paul's,
masquerades, the
what's
same
that called? The St. Paul's. With
the guys that
Do your shirt,
gyrate,
yeah.
the actors and stuff like that. So you still have that culture aspect. So is it? Are we? So
You still have the bull and stuff like that.
right.
You know
So
what I mean?
is it that you're saying that we'd love to see more of our culture embedded in the costume aspect of carnival?
More participation.
More participation.
More people participating.
Mm-hmm.
Poor people work very hard. A lot of them at the industrial side. Let's accept the call. Good evening. Welcome to Fear in Our Favor.
Good evening, Dr. Nital.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I am good, man. I'm good. And you?
I'm here. Very much better now that I have heard your voice.
I hope my voice is like castor oil to you.
Therapeutic.
Okay. And you alone there, you have a topic?
No, I have two guests here, Barry and Lady Rochester.
From Lodge Village.
Yeah, and Barry is from your village.
Which one,
He's
Tony?
from Lodge Village. No, not St. Johnson Village, Lodge Village.
Oh, okay.
Now, we are discussing carnival, and I'm thinking that slowly we are phasing out a class of persons who can ill afford to buy the costumes and the wares and stuff for carnival. Those are the persons who work so hard throughout January to November. But yet, when for them to let down the hair and really relieve some of the pressure that they've been mounting for a year, you're telling them a costume is for 4,000, 5,000, 3,000.
Wait. I hear you know. Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? Haitian?
I'm like Guyani.
What?
Pesos.
What a banner you put up there?
What do you think about the cost of participating in carnival?
Well,
And do you think they could attract the majority of people by keeping those costs up there? Having people have to go for loans in order to meet the expenses to partake in carnival.
Well, let me give you Brother Nital and Mr. Berry and
Rochester, Lady
Miss
Rochester.
Rochester. Yeah. Let me give them a little history because I am younger than the three are put together. No fun.
Yes.
In 1957, when we had carnival, the troops, they used to gather at Buckley's estate. And the biggest troop that we had on the road was Major Alfonso from Trinidad. His troop was the largest. And in those days, such as what you had to pay to be in a troop, you could go in Miss Pamboya 3 to a boyson and you get back change or to a quart. Now, carnival is supposed to advertise what we have in our country. You know, however it comes, that was the purpose of carnival because you work all year long. And at the end of the year, it's time for you to rejoice, celebrate, and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And in those days, we had more persons participating in the carnival than now. Because cost was one, whatever it cost, I don't know how much it was, but I know it wasn't as much as $25. No way. No way. And you find a lot of the participants, they used to go by the camp place where they're making the costumes, and they would volunteer and do what they can to help to make the troop as big as possible. But now this kind of thing here costs, what the kind of point you call it, $4,000 connected to join a troop?
The digits them got me stumbling, man.
Yeah, but you see what happened now? That kind of money there is telling people who really know what carnival and enjoyment is all about. It's telling them by trash bag, girl trash bag, you can't come in here, you know, because you ain't got that kind of money, no come in here. And that should not be. The carnival now, the troop them now sound like it is a business rather than enjoyment. So I think they need to look at the price. The biggest troop you have nowadays on the road, and the cheapest troop is the clown troop. Because every individual has to buy their own cloth, the bell, whatever, the hunter. You have to buy it out your own money. And you know what it costs to join a troop? In them time, $1 for the rosette. And the rosette is a symbol to identify you. to show that you identify with this troop or that troop. $1. They consider when you have to buy your cloth and all this kind of thing and whatnot, and when they're done, they're going to have a big party for you that everybody enjoy themselves. But we like to say, well, boy, that was then and this is now, and time change and things change, but it's the same people, and it's the same enjoyment and merriment they go on the road to make. So I think they need to drop down half of them kind of lower the thousand. They're going up still, they're going up higher. That is only because the COVID stagger back a lot of things from happening. And they're just coming back out of shell now like a soda crab. They come with a big price. No, they're chasing away people from participating. People have to think about that.
And expressing themselves.
Yeah. And another thing, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, another thing again. Kind of lives in the music. That there has a lot to do with the behavior of the people, some of the people. An example, one time we had a Juba in St. Thomas where we were living. And Daddy Friday, he was on the mic coming up the waterfront. And during his singing, he said, no, we didn't see the rabbit yet. We were looking for it. He said, if you love Jamban, over in the sea. What when nigga jump over? They could swim and can't swim jump over. Me and I jump over. When you done your jump till you dry. Eh?
You jump back then?
No, it can't jump, man. You think this way from? I from St. Kitts, and Buckles where lime killers. Look what the people jump over there. So if he never say over in the sea, nobody would have gone over there. So when they're on the mic and they're gonna sing all kind of thing about bend over girl and shove back on hammer handle and go up and come down on hammer handle. All them kind of lyrics is what causes people to do a lot of worthlessness in the street. Woman are lay them back and knock up and bend and them go up and come down. Them kind of thing is bad in the sight of children, especially big to understand, but still they ain't supposed to do that. But when little children see them there, they're gonna demonstrate what they see, So the lyrics, and then they're going to dress the costume to suit the lyrics. Skimpy, twiny.
I'm glad you're saying that, because I spoke about that.
Okay.
And I know that you were not hearing us.
No.
And to hear coming in and basically echoing the same thing. I hope the two of them that I'm flanked by could get a proper understanding as the effect that the lyrics could have on the way people just.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because an individual who is now deceased, a couple of years ago, everybody was shocked and surprised to see the behavior of that individual and another individual in the middle of the street when they're supposed to be dancing and jamming and show people how Kitty and individual could whine and walk up with respect.
Maybe you need to bring back the steel pan on the road so that you could see the whining aspect of
that's right.
The one with the brass band and them kind of sets. That's the walk-up environment.
Right. But you know what the steel pan mean? Hold me round me waist, Master Tracy. From one side of the road to the other, a big long line of people jamming, and then you hear roll back. Let me see everybody roll back.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
In your time, did the people before you see what you saw or see what you did as vulgar?
Because
not if it was vulgar.
Oh no. That word there was
People
never in the book.
When they saw you, did they see it as vulgar?
Like your grandparents.
Like how you were talking
no.
about it right now.
No, because
consistently the same thing for a very long time. Until you had this spike in this behavior.
Let me answer the question, dear brother Nital. No, nobody at all, whether old, young, nearly old or nearly young, never see that as no vulgarity. Because it was decently, you rest your hand around the somebody on your right hand side, around the hip, and the one on your left side, you rest your hand on the hip, and gone from the left side, one side of the road to the other, across the road. Everybody jamming decently to the same beat like an army. All you could hear on the street is chip, 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 foot. No walk up this and bend over and hoist up frock and all and kind of thing. Then no kind of vulgarity was close to that. And we enjoy ourselves. until the night come. When the night come, everybody follow the band back home, and not a box pinch kick was in the band, no fighting, because the music was steady and decent. 1, 2, 3, roll back, let me see. If you think you limbo like me, those kind of things, we don't have nobody about killing a rabbit and box in head and no. It was more tasting, satisfying, and let me tell you something. People used to come out in infirmary, old people go jam.
I mean, old people jamming right now.
You go jam, they enjoy the jamming. You know the amount of food burn up in kitchen when big band passing. People, mothers gone with the little children, they say, come now, we go. And they gone in the band jamming, everybody hey buying chip, big long line of steel band jamming. Well, Wagan past us history, they could come back today. All we have to do, compare then and now and see which make more sense and better to enjoy.
What aspect of carnival do you think that we can change to make a more long-lasting impact?
Okay, let me start with the song that they're gonna play. Start there. That must be encouraging to the people who want to participate in carnival. So well, okay, that music is sounding alright. I could go and jam with that. That's this. Nobody gonna leg on the box and hit me eye and come in the band with a chainsaw and that kind of foolishness. And then we have to look at the way we dress. We have to look at it because it is wrong for a man. The Bible says it is wrong for a man to touch a woman, you know. But it is wrong for a man to go and rape a woman. But sometimes the way the woman how they advertise what they got. You got those men who don't decide to obey the law of the land. They don't care what it costs. They're going after the motive.
And they might not go at the same time. They might just remember how you were dressed in a band on the 26th, see you somewhere, and the environment might be just conducive, the time they go for them to say, well, because within their minds, they're still seeing that person was just sort of enticing and misbehaving and conduct that is inviting. They might not have taken the invitation then. They might postpone that invitation and attack you sometime later.
And let me tell you something, those rapists, they're great artists, you know. Because in the mind, they draw what they see. They paint what they see in the mind and they say, But sometime before they don't have to come for you. So they always have it visually in the mind what they saw that day. Just like you say, so they go, if not the same night, some other time down the line, but they got you at the target. So present yourself decently enough not to attract them those disrespectful men who want to do things that they're not supposed to be doing.
I mean, I don't. I mean, as a feminist, I don't think it doesn't matter how you dress. If a man has ill intentions towards you, he's gonna do it. But one thing that's resounding from you is the togetherness. That's what's missing. That's what I'm getting. That's missing from the carnival celebration, because you mentioned earlier that people used to go and purchase their stuff. People used to create their little costumes and stuff like that. So the togetherness, and then you also said that when they're on the road, everybody is in unison, chipping away, doing that, doing the little dance and stuff like that. So, and I can remember it was some carnival day that my sister, I think she was with is banker trooper, something like that, and she was so excited because each evening she would go up and she would create her costume. She was making her costume to go on the road. And when she completed that costume, the joy that came from her, I never said, she took so many photos. She keep telling me about the costume. So probably that foundation, that togetherness is what's really missing from carnival, because it's easy to just go and take up some money and just purchase a costume and then you put it down or discard it after. But when you put in your own creativity your own what intellectual property.
You might put it up for the next year.
But put it and the pride that comes with that, I think that that aspect is what's missing from Carnival probably.
Let me ask you a question now.
Mm-hmm.
How you said that doesn't matter how somebody dress, perpetrator, a rapist, let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go after the motive.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, I sure you heard the word strip club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think if an old lady down in infirmary go in the strip club up on the stage in a long frock down by her ankle, go up there upon the thing, she would get the amount of attention from men as someone who go up there and dress in a bathing suit? A lady go up there in a bathing suit in the strip club? That's a question I ask you. No. You know why? The lady from down the poor house in the long frock, she not exposing what the man them gone in the strip club to look at. But the one who gone in the bathing suit, she exposing what the man them gone in there to look at. So she gonna have more what you call it, spectators than the woman in the long frock. So the clothing play a major part. Doesn't matter where you come from, east, west, north, south, it plays a major part in that day. You can't get away from it. Because if you don't advertise what you're selling in your shop, nobody gonna know you got it in there.
Uncle Jerry upset. Uncle Jerry at the corner of Pond Road and Waxbow Street.
Yes.
You couldn't go in Uncle Jerry's shop and ask him if he had anything.
That's very laughing.
You just call. If he doesn't have it, he will let you know. He used to get very upset if you ever went into his shop and asked him if he had A. You can't do that. You have to go and call for A, and he will tell you whether or not he has it. He used to get very, very upset. I used to live on that same road, Waxbow Street in your town.
And you know what he used to get up? He made to tell you all that the public that, hey, I'm selling shop, and anything you want,
just call.
Just come. Just call. Don't ask me. I selling and he's selling. If he could have bring down the clouds and sell them, he would have sell them too.
No, think of a businessman.
Yeah. Anyway, Brother Nital,
yeah.
Hold on there. I'm going to try and get back, but let me tell you something. Last week, you remember when I came in the oldies and I leg a punch and I said, let me move and give somebody else a chance to get in?
Yes.
I always do that. And then for 26 minutes, the line was busy. After that, I was trying to call in to leg 2 more punches. And I said, no man, something wrong here. But then later on in the week, people who were listening close by in town, they tell me, well then, what was going on there? Some people believe they could hug up things more than anybody else.
Yes.
You're supposed to hug up and Lego and come back and hug up and Lego. You don't eat a big pot of food one time.
In harmony.
Mm-hmm. Right. But you see, some people, when they get up on the way, they have no consideration for other people. They must tell us where other people want to get in, and they're trying to get in. But no, as long as they could get to spit and leg all what they got in their mouth, that's all they're concerned about.
Well, I hope you call back in later.
Well, I'm going to try again, yeah.
And we see what aspect we would be discussing.
Yeah, because whether you got a different aspect to what they're coming with, because I heard you this morning and I was attacked with you when the moderator tell you, well, they were discussing this and that. But when you start to leg your punches, I was right on target with you with that punching bag.
Okay.
So when I come back, I'm going to punch it.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, to your guests, them, you are doing a good job. You keep it up, eh?
As a matter of fact, let me say something, Culture.
Yeah.
These 2 young persons would be starting a show the first week in September. So they're here basically to get a little massage, get their feet wet, and we're hoping that the show will take off, give them the little interim experience that they're going to get, and we're going to try to support it. It's going to be on a Wednesday from 8 to 10.
Okay.
So
we're 8 to 10 p.m. or a.m.?
No, p.m.
Okay. And this radio station?
Yes.
Right.
Lovely. Well,
so they're just trying to get acclimatized to callers like you would have so much good points to make and, build a conversation and everything else. We
Well,
wish them well.
well, I hope that the wind would be blowing out of the southwest. Because when the wind blow out of the southwest, then I could hear this. But when it's coming from the northeast, coming down with force, he blow out the sound down in the southwest.
That tree is going to be worked on. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
We would reach guess what angle the wind is blowing from.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
You'll be hearing it with great resolution.
Sorry. I going to talk on behalf of the station. It's a good station, and we were using that station for a heavyweight fight a couple years ago.
Yes.
And we knocked out Sonny Liston.
Yes.
I always tell the farmer owner, whatever it is, I always tell him, listen, the more people can hear your station is better for it. Because you have more people who are doing business, they will advertise with you because they know the whole world can hear you. If they can't hear you, they ain't gonna advertise. Because the goods in the store will go cobweb. Because nobody would hear that Uncle Jerry got this and Uncle Jerry got that.
But the value wouldn't drop though. You just have to take them the right place, maybe to an antique shop.
Either the one over carry.
Right. The value always, the right place always give you the right value.
Exactly, man. So work on that station there for us, you hear?
Yes, and that is why we have programs such as that one coming.
So youngsters.
And youngsters.
Yeah, right, that's right. Culture will be here to support you all,
Thank you so much, Culture. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I will give you all strength and energy and vigor. Okay?
Looking forward. Forward.
Okay, then I'm gonna come to the whole people. I'm gonna vitalize her, not vitalize. Okay, then I'll be. I'll call back.
Thanks much.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yes, what other aspect of Carnival we think that we ought to? That's a massage. I can't say attack.
I think that we need to speak about our culture. Like, what is our culture as a federation? Because I feel like we have adapted cultures from a Caribbean. But when you ask what is the Kittitian culture, what comes to mind?
You know what's unique about St. Kitts Sugar Mass? The fact that we use tractors on the road. Like, I don't think any other Caribbean country uses tractors.
What do they use? Trucks?
Yeah. Like, it still has a sugar aspect of it. Yeah, by using tractors. I thought that was... I don't know if it's intentional. I hope it is. But I think that's a very unique aspect of our carnival. And it should be continued no matter what.
That's
And protected. Yeah.
Since they can break piece of cane and they keep the tractors to symbolize the relevance of sugar.
The sugar, yeah.
Mass. What else we need to... What about the Queen shows? How would you rank the Queen shows that we have? A mere 5 contestants? Is it just 5? It used to be more.
I think because the prizes are not attractive and the stories that you hear from past contestants aren't that great either. So it's not enticing or titillating. I wouldn't want, if you went through that, I wouldn't want to go through that.
No, the prices are much better.
Prizes
are much better than before. As a matter of fact, they get a good startup. Most of them get about $15,000 to work with. The Calypsonians them get $0.
You mean to prepare for the show? Not when I say prizes, I mean the winning prizes, because I remember my friend when Miss
special moments, man.
That's what I'm talking about. The winners.
Outliers.
No, I mean, if you know that, hey, if I win this competition, I win a car, I can get a scholarship, stuff like that. That would be more, enticing. So
how was the pageants beforehand?
Those are just odd moments you had a particular occasion, like maybe a Lipso show.
Yeah.
They will give a card. They might sing a song if you want card, don't cost the government and all that sort of stuff. But I think that the prices could go up and they could appeal more to the academic aspect of things.
Right.
You get a 4-year scholarship.
Oh.
You understand? You get a
Yeah.
3-year scholarship. You get a scholarship to do an associate.
Right.
You know, you get job
Something,
attachment.
right. Something
Well,
empowering,
yeah.
something to empower you after
Not
the
just a
call.
one-off and then you're
Right.
gone. And I think that can be worked on. And maybe that would cause persons of a certain IQ to
To
enter.
enter, right.
And most of
Right.
the time we have our contestants, like robots, were asked to learn this, learn that, and anytime they get towards interchange or transpose, then it created problems with the rhythm. And
Like the
most of
question and answer segments.
Yes, sometimes they are too robot-like in nature, so people just stick to script and off a script, then they're gone.
To be honest, I'm not really a big fan of beauty pageants in general.
Why?
Really? Why?
Yeah. I just find them to be boring.
Of the boring 4 rounds, which one you find least boring?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Probably swimsuit. Huh? Probably swimsuit.
Come on, man. You can do that to me.
No, I mean the same. I mean the same bracket
yeah.
as you. I just do not attend
Yeah.
Queen shows, but fortunately, I would have worked with many contestants.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
with the speeches
Right.
Oh,
or maybe talents. I could remember one year they had a Pam show and a Labour show, and Mike and won Pam
And the label.
Right, when Labour won all 8, Tawana Fenton, I did almost everything for her. She won hands down. If you found the Labour, you can't be a better fighter. Is what this, you what this. I could remember the song that I did because they won all 8, and the same thing was so much better on the Labour. So I did the song, and she won. I didn't even go to the show. I just cannot really sit there. I would have adjudicated in 1 or 2 shows, but it's not something that I really like, to be honest.
The part that really gets me, I get really embarrassed for people. So when people start speaking, I get really like, shh.
You get it?
Yeah,
right?
it's like, so, because the thing is, it's not that they're not bright or anything. The problem is public
Yes.
speaking.
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah, the public speaking in general, just when you're in front of a crowd, that many people, you could walk, you could possibly sing or do your talent, but when you start answering questions, like, man, all hell breaks,
And I
breaks
think
loose.
sometimes you would have seen a talent that was not really the best choice for that
For that,
contestant.
right.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the person who preparing them see themselves performing through that person
Right.
instead of
Vicariously,
using the
instead
person's
of-
That's a good
strength.
question right there for you. Yeah, because like, what are talents? What?
You're giving me something to give me your talent to. You're supposed to take it from within me
Right.
and get it come
What is
outside.
your talent?
Lots
Talking,
of things.
Okay.
I could play
teaching.
cricket, I could run, I better used to run.
But when you go on stage-
talent
What is your performing talent?
I have a good verbal dexterity.
Yeah.
So
I
I
agree.
would quicker compose a song. I write songs.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I judge as well.
Okay.
I judge, so it is easy for me to put a song together because I look at the criteria, you put your things together.
So instead of you having a very good voice and you're singing someone else's song, you would compose a song and then you would get judged based on the lyrics.
Yes, based on the lyrics.
Based on the lyrics, may it be some sort of a calypso or something that you
Right.
sing as your talent with. Okay, I'm following you. What do people use as talents when they're doing queen shows and stuff like that? To me, be honest with you,
Singing,
people,
the dancing, the
dancing,
drama.
and
That's-
stuff like that. That's kind of like
that's
And
the
then they just
basic
come
thing.
up with these, and sometimes you
So you-
cannot put meaning.
you say
to
you say you
it,
understand
yeah.
why I don't, like
Yeah.
because I can't put any meaning to it. Like if someone has a really good voice, then I'd be like okay.
Yes, right.
But then outside of that one individual, I mean, it's really just. Sorry to say.
No,
waste.
you're right.
But
Some
for-
people
for
don't have.
me-
Some people
for
have
me-
taste for that.
Yes, because I mean, I can appreciate it because appreciate the work, the back end work that
Yeah, for
went
sure.
into the preparation to get on stage. And yes, you're gonna have the weak, the not so good and stuff like that. But it's just that the courage that a female would have had to, you know,
They
get up
have
and
to
go
be
and say,
commended
you
because
can,
I
yeah,
can't do it.
You can appreciate
Yeah,
that.
no, for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I get embarrassed for people. So if you, no, I just like, just wasn't ready. But
Now, some of us have problem explicating the presentation that persons would make. They dance this and they dance that. And some
The
of
aerial
us, it doesn't
dances?
resonate. It doesn't resonate.
With
You
you?
know, you
it
cannot
doesn't,
get the
yeah, you
message. Just
can't.
trying to-
I don't get any message from
You know.
dancing.
None at all.
I'm sorry.
I think this song that you have the audio recording that goes with the dance that
I
you
get
have to
zero message.
Zero
I
message.
think
You
it
know-
just goes over my head completely.
Okay, so you're not listening while looking.
I am kidding, but but there's nothing. I'm just looking, like I don't understand the actual act, so I don't get it.
I get it. I get
You
it.
need to get into
Maybe I- maybe,
literature,
but
literature,
Yeah.
literary tools.
Literature. I think I wouldn't have to understand dance. I went to a dance recital for my sister the other day. The only reason I went was because my sister was there. Do I understand anything from the actual dance? I understand if they flip and they catch it. Actually, wow, that's a good flip. But apart from that,
So it
what
wasn't
do I get
entertaining
from
to
it?
you. So it wasn't entertaining.
Oh yeah, the flips. But like, what do I get from it? Like, I don't get a message per se. For a Queen show, like, what message would I get from you dramatizing a dance?
There's again, is the audio. The audio, that's the message, and then the bodily expression, you know? Yeah, I mean, you can appreciate that. You can't tell me you can't walk away from something like that.
Sometimes this song is playing and you're trying to make a connection between the bodily gestures
Right.
and
And
the
this-
lyric, and
right.
sometimes they just fail to do it.
Is it that it failed that we just can't see it?
A popular song that they used to dramatize was Sparrow's song, I Am a Slave.
Oh, okay.
And the band thing and the
Yeah,
radio.
right.
What are you supposed to understand by that choreographed dance? What are you supposed? At what juncture you say, well, this piece matches that piece?
Like if you're in shackles, you kind of like you kind of
could-
pull up
you
in a
could-
ball
you're
or
gonna-
something like that,
yeah.
right? Okay, I mean, yeah, I understand.
That was a very popular song that they used to dance to.
But what do you answer right now?
I don't know.
Spoken
Fireworks?
word. What else? Different motivational songs.
Like what?
Like Phenomenal Woman.
Phenomenal woman.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what am I supposed to get from from a phenomenal woman? So
Okay,
you walk
so-
bombastically across the stage and then that's it?
No, it was like it had visual aids as well, because it had one of the contestants I can remember had a screen at the back of her, and some names of local women were coming across the screen while she danced in front. And
okay.
the song Phenomenal Woman, so it was like a tribute to
So,
phenomenal women.
so the backdrop is more important than actual dancing. so you so just throw up a backdrop of like, oh, I edited this video, and that's my talent.
No, I mean, no, I don't think so. Because I don't think that there's room or that videography is facilitated as a talent in the judging criteria. So she had to do something, and she was a dancer. So
Before you do one of these, like, if you get picked to be a contestant, and before you agree, do you go within and say, "Do I have a talent?
I will hope so. I hope so.
Can
That's
publicly speak?"
Yeah, that is very.
I would hope so. I would
So how
literally
do
hope
you
so.
go out there and look for someone? You
Cannot sing.
Okay.
Even if they're singing a song, it's not coming from down in the stomach, so they could feel it and put it out there to the general public.
Guys, I think one thing you guys have to realize, practicing this on stage are two different things. Sometimes nerves get the best of some contestants.
But like you can at least have a voice. No amount of nerves would help me. Like I would sound bad regardless. But like you have to have some sort of like voice. Like I could hear like, okay, if you remove the nerves, I'm pretty sure she sounds really good. You know what I mean? But
I saw a lot of criticism of the show that they had in Newrish. You
Oh,
put up
boy.
something
Oh.
as well. And I sense that you're not very happy with the production.
So,
Thank
so
you for
why,
putting me on spot,
why,
though.
Chantal? Why weren't
Thank you for
happy?
putting me on spot,
I'm not
though.
a
Why
person.
weren't you
I'm not
happy?
a person. After I saw yours, I started looking at getting a common thread that somehow things were not
Yeah.
tasteful as people would have liked.
For me, I love improvements, and I think that it was lacking. I didn't see anything different,
Yeah, but you had new contestants.
but I
So
didn't
there's
see
no
anything
comparison.
different.
You mean from the shop
The,
one?
right, just the presentation, the overall presentations. I didn't see anything new and exciting. Okay, let's take there's a specific chaperone. When she puts a contestant on stage, that contestant wins every round because every segment, every presentation is unique, and that's what was lacking in previous show, the recent show. It's okay. Like we know we know this is the talent segment. We know this. But where's the uniqueness? What's gonna make you memorable?
Nothing is new under the sun.
Nothing.
Okay, where's the uniqueness then?
You could be.
You could put
Nothing. When the dresses again, I mean, do you understand how far we've come with designs and it wasn't enough.
Just appeal to you. What?
Dresses?
How
Yes.
different-
The
The
evening gown
bathing suit
segment.
section
One
appeals to
dress.
me, and that's about it.
Huh?
The who? The
What?
bathing suit segment.
That's about it.
Bathing suit. That's all that appeals to you.
Yeah. For me to be
That's
completely
sad.
honest.
That's sad. That's sad. I gotta take it to some queen and sit next to you and tell you and explain and give a better insight.
Again, there is a one-off singer, right? I don't get the runway, like the runway in the bathing suit, and then what else? The public speaking is just usually just I have to cringe. So,
Why you cringe for the public speaking?
Because the nerves, man.
Yeah.
Answering anything on the spot in front of that many people. Like I feel for that person. Just imagining if that's me. Like if you answer it like confidently and correctly, I'm like, wow. Like I'm blown away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you don't, I just like that's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. When you compare two evening dresses,
Yeah.
what do you look for?
Like
What do you look for?
The fits. If the
The
color
fits.
complements the person who's wearing it.
Complexion.
Yes, those kind of things.
So you
The
can't change
design.
the lighting to put up the.
Yeah, of course. Lighting is important. Lighting
Well,
is
they tend not to change
important.
anything, everybody come out under the
Right,
same
lighting, right. But I guess that's up to the chaperone to basically tell the person who's dealing with the lighting to, hey, I need white lighting, red lighting, blue lighting for this segment. So,
Maybe they wouldn't have that flexibility to change all the time.
I mean, lights. I think they should.
What do you think is a modern type of evening wear that can be very tasteful?
The transformative dresses
A
that
wedding
I've been
dress.
seeing. A wedding
Such
dress? A wedding dress? A wedding dress? The transformative dresses or a dress with character. And it all depends.
Dress with character.
Yes, and it all depends too on the shape and the stature of the female wearing it. It has to complement the female's
with my
body.
male brain, can you tell me what is a dress with character?
Okay. Do you know? Did you see that red dress that they're wearing in?
No, I did
I
not.
think it's okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you after.
No, you show me
Like a
right now. Okay.
Dress has by itself should say something.
Like what?
Like-
like red. Okay.
Yes,
Vibrant.
bold, vibrancy.
Okay.
I'm sexy. I'm here. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in your face kind of vibes.
Was
yeah.
Was it skin tight? Was it
It
flary?
was fitted, and because she has a nice slender body, it moved, and it had these.
So
little
how is a wedding
strings
dress
coming.
supposed to look?
A wedding dress?
Evening dress. Sorry.
As I said, it's supposed to complement the individual's body.
I mean, every dress is supposed to complement the individual. So
yeah,
like,
but
what
some
is
don't. Some don't.
So-
You got to
so-
think about the fit. You got to think about the color. stuff like that.
The accessory.
The accessory,
So,
right?
so a color,
The
color,
length.
okay. The length.
How she uses the dress, so
Okay.
she's not awkward and clumsy.
So
in it.
Whether she carrying the dress or the dress.
Carrying
An evening dress is usually longer or shorter?
longer.
Longer.
Mhm,
Because you're
long.
thinking it's
'Cause
going to be
evening.
colder or something like that.
No,
right?
it's evenings, elegance.
Okay.
But does it have to be evenly longer, or behind can be long, in front a little shorter than behind? Everything
I
uniformly
think,
the same?
yeah.
In
I
terms
think-
of
I think
fit,
so.
who looks in what body type looks best in an evening dress?
For me personally, and everybody has their own preference.
Yeah.
I think a tall, slender
A tall,
girl.
slender girl. That
Yeah.
was my.
Yeah.
And what looks better in like a day dress, like a shorter one?
Like a brunch dress.
Yeah.
I think.
Like a thicker girl,
thicky,
right?
yeah,
All right,
thick,
all
yeah,
right. So
yeah.
we on the same
Yeah,
page
yeah.
with that. All right.
What about the stepping? Some people feel
modeling?
when
The actual
you
walk?
move fast.
Woo.
There's a lot of flair
Well,
accompanying this segment right now.
when I was young and thin and looking like,
You're not
hot-
anymore?
No. When I was a hot girl back in the
You're
day,
not
when I was a
anymore?
hot girl. I mean, the type of modeling that I was introduced to by Jason Amory, big up yourself, Jason.
Yeah.
It's totally different to what I'm seeing here. To see now. The scene is more like strutting kind of vibes. Back in the day, you had to stride. You had to learn how to glide across that stage. Yes, you had to learn it because Jason would pound it in your head. You had to learn to glide across that stage.
I would have
And
to
you
see
have
an
to
example
learn.
of strutting
People
versus
running a little bit.
Yeah.
Pace would have. But which one is more conducive for the Queen show, though?
I think for
Because
the
when you're modeling a way, you do whatever you had to do, and you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
What do you do when you wear evening gown?
you glide.
You glide.
You glide. You glide. And you show off that dress. For somewhere, I think it's a mixture, but I mostly like gliding because
What?
it's skimpy.
So you prefer the skimpy?
No,
glide?
no. When I say that, I mean like the way because you're in basically in a swimsuit.
Yeah.
I don't like the fast strutting because things tend to
Okay,
to shake.
I'll admit right now, this is my first lesson when it comes to any of this. So I'm just asking questions for me personally.
I got you. That's fine. That's
So if I
fine.
ever might ask a stupid question,
No, it ain't a stupid
No,
question.
I mean
like,
just a kind of
man
somewhat
expect you to know
ridiculous.
about
Yeah.
modeling. I
But-
never see a model before.
And you will not. I can guarantee you.
The one piece as opposed to the two piece.
in the swim.
Yes.
I think it depends on the shape of the body. To be honest.
Yeah.
You think they should dictate whether you wear one piece or two piece
No.
for the bad suit segment?
No.
Because some persons just do not carry the two piece.
The
to
piece,
wear.
right? And a one piece will look better. But
Remember in the back, they tend to have it fitted nicely on. The worst thing you could ever do is be on stage with a baggy back. So I believe those things that take adjustments.
yeah, it is.
They are made by seamstress. They pick them up and see which one fits best.
They're made. They have to be made to the body.
Let us take a break and Joe Spark come back.
Hi.
If you have a dream, are you waiting for the development bank has what you need and more? We aim to build stronger communities. That's why we have so many opportunities. Business loans, student loans, we make positive difference in your life, in your life, in your life, in your life. Yeah, financing your dream home, we make a positive difference in your life, in your life, your life, your life. Yeah. Development Bank of St. and Nevis, we make a sustained positive difference in your life.
Welcome to the customer support portal, where we have made it easier for you to contact us. It starts with your question, email, a message, phone call, or a search on our website. Our CSP provides prompt and efficient solutions to your problems. We pride ourselves on treating our clients responsibly and ensuring your information is kept safe. Log on to www.skndb.net and send us a tip or email us at customersupport@skndb.com. You may also call us directly at 869-465-2288, extension 1322 or 954-353-1003.
Fellow citizens, near and far, join Newrish Nital on Sugar Soda 90.3 for Fear No Favor.
Where is the cancer man who wanna come out for war?
Tune in to 90.3 on your FM dial. Log on to SugarCityFMThinkits.com or download Simple Radio app from the Google Play Store. And join Newrish Nital every Thursday night from 8 p.m. as Newrish Nital tackles the issues and take your call. Fear No Favor every Thursday night from 8 to 10 p.m. on Sugar City 90.3 FM.
Welcome back to Fear No Favor. We started out on Carnival, but we have a lot of important things within our society that we can discuss. I want to look at child maintenance, and I realize that the parents are getting younger, and the gap between children and parent kind of narrowing down a bit. So very often you'll find parent and daughter in the same party, behaving the same way, yeah. And then, but the thing that I want to look at though is the fact that some females, some mothers would have to take the fathers to court.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is so distasteful. A child did not ask to come here, and nobody should be struggling. The court ought to pay $75 a week. You have no reason owing for 20.
Right.
Are you saying that the child should be based on life support until you come up with the money? You think that the court is aggressive enough in getting persons who are delinquent with child maintenance, or they're just encouraging it? Do you think that $75 a week could support a child?
Definitely not.
Let
Definitely
me hear
not.
the views.
Definitely not. I feel like right now, child support should be done by salary deduction. I don't think that a mother or a single parent, because we have some witless mothers, I don't think a single parent should be bothered with running behind the other party or the other parent for child support. I feel like it's supposed to be done by salary deduction. It's supposed to be mandatory because that child has to eat, that child has to survive, that child needs things, and the cost of living is going up, and whether we want to believe it or not, children's stuff are expensive. It's not.
Okay, you asked the question if $75 is enough.
Easy. Yes.
It's not.
Okay, all right.
Not easy. Easy money. Yeah, that can't be not easy, man. That's easy money.
Yeah, it's not enough, for sure. But I can understand certain people just don't have sometimes.
So where was
The
your
capabilities.
calculation before?
Right. We don't family plan, no?
Mistakes
Where was
happen.
Mistakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you have 9 months until that child gets to
Get
put some
yourself in
together.
order, right?
Yeah.
I had 9 months to get myself in order. I still wouldn't even be in order.
I feel
I'm
like
sorry.
you're just being a man now.
Yeah, but okay, you struggle with the first one. What happened to the second,
Second one and
And then you're
third
gonna
and
get
the
a third and a
fourth.
fourth.
Okay,
Right.
Why should the court be sympathetic
With-
towards
you're
somebody
Okay, well,
like
no,
that?
you're adding more variables. I thought we were just talking about one child
No.
at this point, but
Let me just emphasize one.
Right.
But then you're going by another lady
yeah,
to get a different one.
yeah. So you keep making the same.
Make all of them in the same house and eat out the same pot.
Yeah.
It's less expensive.
Well, that's ideally what I would prefer for myself, but I understand that some people
What you like for yourself, you gotta like for others.
but I can't judge any other person just because they
Yeah, but
themselves.
we're trying to objectivity. into it.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
a
so
pair of shoes cost more than $300.
right.
$75, that's $300 a month. What about in August, September? Do you think that the child maintenance ordered by the court should be the same in the months of August and September?
If you have
Where
to
the expenses spike?
if we have to go back to like the inception of the child, let's just say let's say the guy didn't actually want to have this child in the first place. I know he is ought to by law take care of this child instead of, because he can't opt out of having this child, then he must be forced to pay $75
I
a
mean,
month.
when you say he didn't want the child, what do you mean?
because
Could you
I mean-
qualify that?
Yes, because
How many things you can do if you do not want a child?
Well, as a man, the only thing you can do, well, you have two options: either you use protection or you pull out, I guess.
No, pull nothing. You
Right?
abstain.
All right,
Right.
but we're living in reality, like real world here. Abstinence right now is just it's not. Yeah,
So you
So
calculate the risk and you decide to take it.
I mean, we calculated. I mean, I calculated the risk of a motorcycle, and I still end up buying a motorcycle, and the perils that come with it because I got into an accident. But I understand that certain
Joy of-
people, yeah, you take a risk, but to get the joy.
A child is not an object.
Okay, I understand that, but I'm saying my pain that I got from this accident is essentially what I'm trying to say, the equivalent of it.
One-off pain.
Yeah.
But you have to go 18 years with that
Right.
child.
Here's how I think child support should be calculated. I think that there should be a list presented of the child needs, weekly needs, and then that amount should be split half.
But when they say 75, that is basically what is happening, you know. The court would expect the father to put 75 and the mother would match it to 75.
Not
But that
in-
is so unfair. What
Right.
about the burden that the mother has to do?
Right.
When the child born and crying,
A
she
lot
gotta
of
sleep
things
when the
seem
child-
right.
Yes, that's
Lack
what
of
I
sleep,
used to do.
the
You can't put a value
postpartum
on that.
depression. She still has to look after herself, and if she's not good, if she has to stress about child, how my child is gonna get this and whatever. I mean, she can't be at her 100% or at her optimum to take care of her child. So I mean,
Okay, but again, if like the question is, if the guy actually wanted the child to come within the world, then is he?
if he
Because-
ejaculate, he want the child.
No,
If
I
he
disagree.
if he planted his seed there, he want the
I,
child.
I disagree.
If he planted his seed there, he wants the child.
Again, I disagree.
And
Well,
that's-
one of my friends specifically,
Mm-hmm.
he got into a situation where this girl was on birth control, and she kept saying that she was taking her birth control, but she was really just flushing them down the toilet. Now, he is held responsible for a child that he thought he was protected, I guess, against. Now, in that situation, he still has to pay child support. I think that is completely wrong.
But then
I think that should have a law to make, if you have the ability
there's
to
a
opt
risk.
out of it.
Right.
There's a risk associated with
Control, right.
They don't
Like,
always work.
why did he leave it up to her to protect them from, conceiving.
He
Like,
bought the
Moments
pills for
pleasure.
like,
her.
come on,
Moments pleasure
protect
led to a
yourself as a
lifetime
man.
suffering.
Right, as a man, protect yourself. Make sure that you.
All I'm saying
That's
is-
all A's and cross
In-
all T's.
You have, all I'm saying is, women in that situation, women just have most of the leading up to actual, leading up. You have the birth control. You have the ability to abort and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
just like that. You know, there's almost a 50-50 chance of a woman dying when she
Okay.
goes into labor.
Okay. Okay. Then I don't understand. Like, I don't feel like men appreciate what women have to go through in order to birth a child. You have the 9 months of struggles.
Swollen feet.
Yes, side effects and all
Walking with a
that.
container
And
to
then
spit in.
you have the postpartum like the postpartum depression, your body have to heal and stuff like that, and you still have that to tangle with that child for 18 years and even more, because a father could be worthless and leave, but a mother can't really leave him. Just some of them,
Right.
yeah.
You can't put a value the care that she gives the child.
We are so different in terms of like how, because I do understand. I understand the point that you're making, and if the guy actually wanted to be in a situation to begin with, then he should 100% take care of his child. That's not the argument. The argument I'm making is if he did not want it to begin with, should he still be culpable?
But he be the first barrier to getting
Thank you very
the
much.
protection. There was a multimillionaire, maybe a billionaire, who was staying by a hotel.
Yeah.
And this lady walked cleaning the rooms.
Yeah.
And apparently she met a condom.
Yeah. This is Drake.
A condom,
Yeah.
yeah. And
No, it
she
happened to
went-
somebody else as
Yeah.
well.
And
someone
she
else.
took,
Yeah.
she took the semen from the condom, put it inside her, and she bought a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to court, and the court decided that he got to pay the
Yep.
lady.
Yeah. No,
And
that
a
is,
substantial
and
amount
that
of
is
money.
completely wrong.
Yeah. But it's
He
his
should have the
child.
ability
Yeah,
to
but
opt out
it
of
is
that.
his child.
And that I think is wrong for sure, because man, you went in my bin.
You went in his garbage bin
yeah, and take
and
out.
stole his
Why didn't
property.
you properly dispose of something that
Isn't that
It's-
not
in this
called
day and
in a
properly
age-
disposing
bin.
of
in
it?
this day and age, you must suspect that somebody might do that. There's a probability
you're
of
right.
that happening.
Because I think once it enters the garbage, it's public property, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So somebody could do something with it. And the court decided that boy, the woman ain't gotta work again. You know?
Yeah, cause she got a pretty penny. She got a pretty penny for that.
But you think that is just a monetary donation that a father should burden with respect to sharing the care for a child?
No, a father should care for the child 100%.
100%.
It should be more than $75 if you want it. If you wanted it to
And
begin with.
spending time with the child.
I was
so
just about to say
Yeah.
that. When they say 75 a week, they should say you go for the child 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And some
Well, if-
fathers...
Providing that you have a safe space for the child.
Yeah, well,
Because I've
provided if you're responsible too and that you're upstanding individual. Yeah.
But if you're not, you would have to become. You can't have another person taking the place of the mother.
I
And she discouraging you from having your child being around you. That is not good. That is a cultural problem that we have.
we do.
but if you're not a good if you're not a good role model to begin with because of the things that you're doing in your life, then she should protect her child from then the father.
Custody hearings.
If it was up to me, only responsible people without children. But that's again, I'm not dealing with in idealistic world. I'm dealing with reality, right?
Yes.
So, in a situation like that, I don't think you should just have custody after just because you're the father. I think you should be a responsible individual.
But that's all part of the process of making you responsible. Sometimes when children come along, it helps catalyze responsibility between you.
I have a question? Should men begin paying child support from the time
The lady got
the lady gets pregnant? Yeah.
I believe so. Takes a
What,
lot.
what do you
How
mean
about the
child
doctor
support?
visits and those
All
kind
right.
of stuff?
What do we mean child support? We mean legal child support, or we just mean because I don't okay, I don't think I think I would, if it was me, I would take care of my child regard. I don't think anyone needs to take the court.
While it's in its womb?
Oh yeah,
That's what she's
no,
asking?
yeah, no, 100%. Because, I mean, I would want my baby that you're having in your stomach to be well taken care of, whatever medicine or it may need from the outside, or whatever food you may eat to increase the health of the baby.
Because
But what
there's
about
an
this?
expense to be
Right.
incurred.
Yeah.
But what about these worthless men who need the court to basically force them to take care of their own child?
Again, it really depends on if he wanted it to begin with. In my opinion, if he did,
No.
if he did and he still didn't want
No.
to do that, then yeah. But
We have a lot of broken relationships around because some daddies are not convinced that the child or the children is there.
it's 2022. Get DNA test.
Do we think that the government should have a policy that whenever in doubt, the government would sponsor, finance the DNA test, and if it comes out to be yours and you're saying well not yours, then you're supposed to pay back the government the money.
Yes.
Because so many persons have children that they're not confident are theirs, and as a result of that, they do not form a relationship with the child. We cannot afford those things to be happening in this time of our development. What do you think should happen? Mind you have persons who support
personally
children
speaking,
until they're 16 only to learn that
Yep.
the child was never
Never
there.
there.
Personally
Right,
speaking,
right.
I don't think the government should be involved in that.
So
Why
we're
not?
supposed to have a disgruntled and messed up society.
No, well, you should take it within yourself. The personal responsibility, you should take it upon yourself.
So you're not
to get,
certain.
but you should take it upon yourself to get a DNA test.
I know somebody who would have
But what
taken
if you
3
can't-
persons for DNA test and all of them come back 0.
That's
Thus
embarrassing.
far.
That's tough.
Thus far.
That's tough.
That's embarrassing.
So you could
man.
imagine persons who do not have that $1,500.
It's $1,500
Isn't
it
it
cost?
18 though?
Well, maybe gone up more.
The last time I checked it was 18.
I thought it's cost like $200. But,
Oh no, for nothing.
Right,
No.
that's why I said there's a policy.
but
The one who challenged and was found inconsistent with his challenge, then he should be made to pay.
but do you? Because if it's not yours, you will have to pay for the next 18 years, right? So why not just spend the 1,800 or how much of it costs if you're uncertain? Like if
Maybe
you
they
are
don't
uncertain,
have it,
you
have it, right? Maybe they don't have it right away.
well take a loan. Like so
you-
if you're
so-
taking a loan for Carnival, take a loan
so-
to see if you next 18 years of your child. Like,
So wait, you're going in front of a loan officer and say, yeah, I need about
I mean, you have
$2,000, so-
unsecured. I mean,
so-
get a credit card. Like you have avenues to for the bank to lend you money for certain things.
Here's
so
what I think. I think that happens. I think
save your money, maybe.
that even if you, let's say,
Yeah.
the child ends up not being yours as the man, I think the woman would have to pay you back.
Yes.
I think that's how it
Pay,
goes.
pay me back what?
The
What you
18,
paid for
whatever
the
you paid
DNA.
for
Pay
the
me back
DNA
1,800.
for the DNA test.
So maybe she's
Plus
just
lawyer
uncertain
fee,
as well
plus
too. Like
lawyer
I
fee.
can't fault her because I can't fault her for promiscuity.
Excuse me?
I can't. Like
Why can't you?
she herself is uncertain. She think it's yours. She's not like she's trying to. Let's just say, for argument's sake, she's not trying to deceive you.
Right, okay,
She
when it-
thinks it's yours. It just happens that it isn't. No, she has to pay you because you took a DNA test. I mean, she
More than
gave
the
you
DNA
she
test.
gave you the
Sometimes
child,
you
right?
Sometimes you support the child until it is 16, and only then you get to find out that the child was never yours.
Okay,
Would you want to
again,
be reimbursed?
was her plan to deceive you or not? If her plan was to, because to
I
be
feel like our female should know. Like we
a
would
female should know
know.
what?
We would know.
A promiscuous individual does not know who the child father is. Like you. Oh,
What I'm saying, right, is okay. If it's a case where she gets pregnant and
Yeah.
she was going with you and Mr. Nital the same time.
Yeah.
And it's a raffle,
that's
right?
tough. Yeah. Yeah.
And she come to you guys and say, hey, it's either it's one or the two. It's either you or Mr. Nital.
Yeah, and
You
I
guys
take it upon
want
myself.
Want to know. You guys really want
so we
to know.
so we split the
So you
bill.
split the bill. That's fine.
We split the bill, 900 a piece.
I don't want
You
to
take
know.
you
No,
take.
I don't want to know.
Okay, you don't want to know.
you carry the full
So
age.
whoever she says, whoever she determines is the
Whoever
father.
the DNA test determines.
No, he says he doesn't want to know. So let's determine that he is. So he could carry the next 18 years then, since he doesn't want to split the bill.
But if he
No,
doesn't know,
you
you
want
want
to
to know,
know.
so you will split. You and her will
You
split the
have to
bill.
carry it.
Why
What you want
why
to
would
know.
why do I split the bill? All she has to do is say, well, it's his child.
No, but
I
what
don't
if she
want- you
doesn't
want to
know? What if she doesn't know? You want to know. I want to know, but he doesn't want to know.
All right, whatever. I'll pay the money because I want to know. I mean, it's like who wants a jacket? Like honestly,
But would you ask for reimbursement if you would have formed a relationship with a child for 16 years, only to find out that it was
It's not
never
yours.
yours?
I mean, you asked me a very complex. I'm not even there,
No,
not
you're
even
right, you
close
just-
to being it. like I wouldn't even know what my mind is at. Like
Yeah, but
so.
that is what you have to do. You have to learn to work with hypothetical situations.
Yeah, but
If you found yourself in that position, hypothetically,
hypothetically,
yeah, would you ask for reimbursement? Would you forget about your connection with that child? Some people will say my connection is already strong with that child, and there's no way I'm going to give up that child.
I don't have a connection with someone that is monetarily that I don't feel that I say if it's broken now I want back this amount of things. Like if you have a connection with a girl and you buy her a ring or whatever, do you then want back the ring? No. So I'm guessing I don't want back the money.
monies?
I would just going based on that logic. But if I am angry with the fact that I took care of another man's child, like I don't know where my mind.
Innocent child.
Yeah. I am also innocent. I'm a victim, actually. I mean,
Sir.
no. Like you know. Okay. Apart from all joke, like that man is a victim. That man spent like maybe $200,000 of his money.
Yeah.
That man is a
When you think
victim,
about
man.
it, but yeah.
So would you want back your money?
I mean, now that we're saying the number,
He's like, yeah, I want it.
can buy the house.
But what about the connection you would have established with that child?
I could
What
connect
about the
with my other
your
child.
mindset?
I don't think the connection would have an impact on him wanting back his money because it's not the child who gonna pay back the money.
She's not
It's
paying
the
back
mother.
the money.
Unless
Yeah,
you
but
threaten
would you
him
want to
like,
part with that child.
no, but I wouldn't want to believe so. I would believe that you still want to see the child and
Sure.
have
be like a
spent
niece.
quality times.
Yeah, but that
I
a
got
sister,
parent,
a godchild,
I got
you know what I
the
child.
person can be traumatized with the fact that every time he sees that child, he will remember the expenses he had to go through because maybe
Well, not if he got
maybe
paid.
1 or 2 months, he really struggled to get ends meet and to prevent the embarrassment of going to court. He might have had to do extra job, borrow money from somebody to support the child. When there's sort of memories, you'll be traumatized.
Yeah, but he'll be
You will
fine when
suffer
he
from
see the money.
post-traumatic stress disorder.
This man said PTSD.
Every time you see that child. So maybe you would need
This
some
man's-
therapy.
Definitely,
There might be
definitely,
some therapy.
This man
definitely.
said a war and having a jacket is the same thing.
But I mean,
Honestly,
like,
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
he
Yeah,
will get
you
some
might.
comfort when when he starts to see his money coming back in, when the ladies start paying back. To be honest.
And I believe a gentleman would decide, look,
What?
I would have looked after the child thus far.
So you saying that
I'm
what
going-
you
I'm
would do?
going, I'm going to keep it as that. I'm not going to break that bond that they would have established with that child.
Yeah.
And I see the money as an investment. And if you were a good father,
Do you have children?
yes, if
Okay.
you were a good father,
Yeah.
you would have seen that child that you nurtured
Yeah.
as dividend to the money that you invested.
Okay.
If you're a poor father
Yeah.
and the child came out to be a nuisance to society, you really want to dissociate yourself from the child.
No.
But if the child came up, maybe getting accepted into medical school at the age of 16, you ain't losing that connection. You ain't going to buy nothing from the deed pool to change your name, to take your name from the child's papers, would you?
You're saying this as a man that have children, so you understand a connection with a child. I do not.
You don't have a pet.
But
I
you
do
ca-
not.
You cannot use a hypothetical situation. You have
but
to
you,
learn
but
to
you have
extrapolate.
to, but you have to be close to that situation
No,
to
not
begin with.
necessarily. You don't have to be.
You don't have any nieces and nephews.
I have siblings. I'm the eldest, like sibling, right? So I have younger siblings, but I mean, it's like I don't understand the love between a father, a parent, and a child. That's something completely deeper. I guess if it was my sibling, no, I no. You don't want that. You
But
don't want
I don't know. I
that.
have like over 20 nieces and nephews, and I have one in particular I treat like my own. So
You
I
should
understand.
not say that publicly.
They understand.
Why
They
you get
understand.
jealous? Okay.
I mean, they understand.
Yeah.
But I think that I could fathom the connection because I love my nieces and nephews dearly. And if their parents should tell me anyone, they're like, oh, like you can't sit and they can't come by you, they can't go and take them out and stuff like that. That would hurt. That would hurt. So I understand what he's talking about when it comes to the connection. And I don't think that any gentleman, as you say, any real father, would want to
Real.
break off that
Yes.
and we want to break off that connection. But my question is, what if the real daddy wants to spill that connection and doesn't want you in the picture? Would you still say?
Therapy. Therapy. Talking. Talk it over. So yes, I would have done this. This is because you can impact the child as well.
Right.
Remember, the child is now 16, 17, 18. It's not an easy transition for him to forget about Berry and go by Mr. Apple. Now, you understand? It's all encompassing, and we have to look at everybody involved in the process.
Right.
Some people just don't want to know. I don't want to know.
No boy.
You wouldn't want to know?
I want to know.
I want to know.
Yeah.
So you think that it is fair for a man
Yeah.
to demand a DNA test for a
100%.
child? No, for a child by his wife, as opposed to a child by somebody he's not married to.
Do you know your wife is unfaithful?
Now I'm asking if you think that it is a nice thing, it is ethical.
Is your wife unfaithful? Do you have proof of this? Do you have speculations of this?
Then you seek a DNA test.
Then you seek a DNA test. It really, everything is subjective, but it really comes down to love. Oh no, we're dealing with
Factors.
business.
Yeah.
Here
Oh,
at the end of the
business.
day. This is not love.
In
boss.
this day and
you can't let
age,
love cloud
in this
your
day and
judgment.
age, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is business. This is 18 years of my money.
What about the image? No, you're talking about your relationship with your wife.
Still 18
Yeah, but
years
then
of my money.
she didn't care about your image when she
You going
cheated,
to
though.
take, okay, let us suppose that it came out, yes, the child is yours. How would you feel in the same house, in the same
Roses.
household, moving around with that same woman that you took to the embarrassing situation to go for a DNA test? How
She'll
would you
just gotta
feel?
get over it. Why? Sorry.
Huh?
She'll have to get over it.
Just like
So
that, you ain't
son.
gonna make up. You ain't gonna make up.
Make up and
No,
say,
well,
"Wow,
you-
That
you
sound
did.
like a. That sound like a car,
Apology-
a little trip,
man.
a cruise. That sound like that.
If you're gonna
yeah.
apologize for something like that, don't do it in the first place.
But you
Just
say you
don't do
want
it.
to know.
Yeah, but again, I'm not going to apologize if I do it. Yet,
But you
Okay,
end
on the
up being
okay,
wrong.
okay. If she cheated
No.
and you have proof that she cheated, and you go through with the DNA test and the child
And
end
it's
up
still
being
challenging
yours,
me. Yes, or what?
then
What do
I mean, like she gotta get over it.
Yeah, she
but
gotta
if
get
she
over it.
didn't, you don't have any proof that she cheated.
No, she ain't got no proof that you cheating. I still do it. No, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
You know.
That's yeah.
But if you have proof that she cheated and you take a DNA test and the child come back to be yours, I mean,
Yeah, she just got to
like she just got
yeah.
let's take the L and keep it pushing.
Yeah. And make up to you because
Yeah.
you basically kind of
Yeah, like you had to go through
Defile
you had to go
the
through the fact like,
marriage.
I actually had to take a DNA test because my wife is unfaithful
Faithful,
and I
yeah.
literally that's embarrassing.
No, you assume that she was unfaithful.
So okay, we're pushing
so
the
if
goalpost
it's
now.
an assumption and they
so-
end up if it's an
So we're
assumption.
assuming. So we
But you
don't
have
know
to
for
assume
sure.
until it is confirmed.
No, let's say it's confirmed.
Okay, it is confirmed.
So it's confirmed you based on text messages and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say it's
Sound
confirmed.
like somebody snooping. What text messages?
I mean,
She got pregnant over the phone. Via text messages.
yeah.
No, he saw some. Come meet me here. It
Come
was
meet me
good. I
here.
enjoyed
Yeah,
our
I
time
enjoyed
together.
time
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
No,
that kind of a.
hell no.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
I enjoyed our time.
I mean,
looking
look,
forward.
man, if that's what you feel comfortable with, that's you, man.
Let us push it the next one. Let us push it the next one. Usually, at times, they get mixed up with babies in the hospital. And you were
They
given
get-
this baby, and it turned out not to be yours. But you have bonded with that baby for 10, 15 years.
Wait.
But biologically, it was not yours. So gave you the wrong child at the hospital. We have a caller. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to Fear in Our Favor. with
Yeah,
Mr.
Nital.
Berry and Mr. Chester.
Yeah, Nital,
Yes.
culture is back, you know.
Yes.
Well, I happen to lean my antenna in a different direction.
And you're able to pick up something.
Yeah, but it's not too smooth, you know. It's kind of windy and whatnot. But anyway, I think I hear the topic about DNA with father and child and all of that.
Yes, I'm asking if you think it is fair for or decent for a husband to take a child by his wife for a DNA test. What do you think of that?
Well, I can tell you something now. We're going straight from the greatest admonition to mankind, the Bible. No man is perfect. That's number one. And the hymn, what to say? You dare not trust your own. And the good book say, do not let the right hand know what the left hand know. And because man is not perfect, anything is possible. Now, I've known a man, he and his girlfriend lived together for 7 years. And the last 4 years of the 7 years that they lived together, she got pregnant. And when the child make 4 years, she turn off and she tell him, I can't live with you no more, but all I want you to do is take care of your stepson. So you see where the trust come in there? Take care of your stepson, and they live together, you know. Well, he didn't have to catch her in the act.
Conscience.
Okay then. Once you suspect anything, that they start in your conscience, in your mind. So you know what I mean? To be safe, let me go there. That's the safest way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, because hold on there, brother. If you, the man, the hair upon your head, picky like when antness arose, and the woman hair upon she head the same way, picky like an antness upset, and they get a child with small eye, and they hear them straight like a horse here.
Great grandparents.
Okay, grand who?
Great grandparents.
No, me don't buy that one there, you know. It ain't the grandparents and them had sex, you know.
But isn't it possible for a particular generation to have a child and the child resembles the generation before?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. It is possible that the features could look so. But, come on. What you mean to tell me? Me and you here picky nappy, and that they here straight like a horse here? Look at you in them. And the eye them smaller. Look, Chinese man, and me and you black and you black. No. The one, let me go for DNA with that. There we go, deal. Anything is possible. Because fowlers eat, and when they don't wipe out them out in the dirt. And if you see the fowler, you won't believe what a fowl just done eat. Wipe off mouth. Don't trust no man. Not trust the cloud.
I believe that is too embarrassing, though.
You could stop there with that. Embarrassing.
How could you build back the level of trust and the level of confidence and admiration with your home when you'd have taken somebody? Anything at the court is a public court. It's not a private hearing.
Yeah.
And you are going to be subjected to public ridicule thereafter.
Well, the public could say what they like, Come right back to the greatest admonition of the world, the Bible. The Bible tell you mankind, the heart of mankind is desperately wicked above all things. And all man, when you mean man, you don't mean M-A-N, you mean mankind. All mankind are liars.
When you join in holy matrimony, let's say for better or for worse.
Yeah, well, you see, and tell you something, that is man-made law. He had a woman and she husband went go married, right? And when they went go married and the minister telling her the same thing, why he just said for better or for worse, she said, yes, I agree with the better, but not worse.
Out of that.
He asked her why.
I agree.
She said, anything worse than how me be here in front of you. I in the grave me gone. Because this fracture when me that come married, I borrowed from me neighbor. So anything worse than that, a death. So Nital, I wouldn't care when a public said. At least you know your heart will be at ease and your conscience clear because you do the right thing. You went go sort out the right thing. Because you could be paying child support for 21, 36 years, whatever it be. And in the end, she the mother gonna say, boy, catch you some money, you think that child you want, now you won. At that time that she tell you so, both of them you're dead. One time. So you best do what you got to do, and who want to talk.
But you could look at it in a positive way too. You can say, well, at least the money went into the nurture and upbringing of the child, an innocent child.
Yeah, but she robbed you.
Yeah, but it was for the child.
For the child? But you ain't supposed to support it, now you won.
But you did not know.
That's why you have to go to the test and do it all your clock. So if he didn't do it all your clock, then she let him know at the end of the journey, by this now your child,
So you'll break a bond you established with a child for 16 years?
Well,
after you get to know that the child is not yours?
No, that the child is innocent of it.
Right.
So therefore, I will still give the child anything because I know it. Even though he ain't mine, biologically he ain't mine. I raise it from small and I give it whatever. But is she the cause and the blame going to go upon that, the child? And I wouldn't tell the child no foolishness what she tell me.
So you can ask back for the money that you would have given in child support for 16 years?
When you say can ask back, what do you mean? When you say that, how you mean? Broke it down, man. Broke it down.
But you said the child innocent.
Yes.
The money was invested into the child.
You didn't give the child the money to spend.
Yeah, but the child couldn't spend the money. The money
she will have to give me back my money. She will have to give me back my money. And whatsoever I want to give the child, I will give it to the child. She will have to give me back my money for she dishonesty.
But if she wasn't certain, that
wasn't
is not being dishonest.
She wasn't certain? What make her ain't certain?
Because you're playing the field with maybe 2-3 persons.
But that's why she needs to be tested. I mean, the father should go. That's why the father should do it all your clock.
And the reason why she had to do that, you wasn't pulling your weight.
It wasn't pulling your weight? Man, let me tell you something about Nital.
She went out to get your
Let me tell you something. Look, a man, he go vice versa, right?
Right.
A man ain't have to knock about a woman for she to go and do what she want to do. And a woman ain't have to knock about a man for he to go and do what he want to do. The fact we man, the Bible tell you plain why we be. We not perfect. And wickedness is bound in the heart of a child and it grow with it. So therefore, none of we are 100% perfect, otherwise whosoever could declare that they're 100% perfect, but then we don't need to
So why
again.
would you behave in a way as if she ought to have been perfect?
She ought to have been because nobody are not perfect. None, absolutely none.
So then you can't treat her with scorn.
No, that ain't no scorn.
She knew better.
That ain't no scorn. She deliberately do it.
She knew better.
That's right. She she deliberately, she know. Well, hey, what me gonna do now, you know? Me gonna do something contrary to what me agree with he, you know.
Culture, if we take up a lot of people and carry them for tests, we'll end up with a crazy nation.
Well, if that is why it will take to everybody to understand what went on, well, let me do
We
it.
end up with a crazy nation.
Or a safe one.
Let me do it.
So do you think that DNA test should be mandatory upon birth?
Yes, I believe
Yeah,
so.
I believe so too.
Save the
Because-
embarrassment early.
Yeah, I believe so. You hear what tell the woman tell the man?
Yeah.
Take care of your stepson. And the two of them live together.
Yeah.
You know what serious jamming up now with the man.
That was state sponsored. The mandatory upon birth. Oh yeah.
They actually have that in some countries.
I'm not sure.
That would be good.
It need to be. And again, children, think about something like that. Children are very expensive these days to look after. And it's true. It is true. But some of the high expense, I would blame it on the parents. You don't let the child tell you what you must buy.
When the cheapest pair of shoes is $3.50.
Or
How
$3.50?
could you avoid that?
When you say $3.50, what do you mean? $3?
$3.50.
And the food and send them to school.
Well, I can tell you something now.
Nothing can be cheaper than the cheapest.
The cheapest pair of shoes, that name brand, is still in existence today.
Remember battle? Remember battle?
No, what about the 10 commandments of barefoot. That is the name brand exists today.
That's going to result in more expenses.
Eh?
That's going to result in a lot of medical expenses.
Medical expenses.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense to just buy quality, spend the money and buy quality shoes.
Yeah. I'm not disputing that. But the cheapest one, if you don't have it to buy at $3.50,
What kind of
10
responsible
better shoes.
parent you can be then?
What kind of parent? What kind of parent?
I
The
think we need
parents,
to bring back family planning
well,
and
they
have
need
it intensified and people
No.
properly explain where they're heading.
No. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. When we were small growing up, maybe not Miss Berry and Miss Rochester, Mr. Rochester. But let me tell you this. We all went to school with 10 commandments of barefoot. And we know how to walk on the street.
But the sun wasn't that hot. The ozone layer was very much
Let me tell you
intact at
something. The
time.
pitch was always hot. It's asphalt.
No. The ozone layer was intact at the time.
Look, no ozone layer, no nothing. You had the same sun. And we had to walk on the grass when the sun hot, barefoot. And that never stopped us from coming up to be what we are today. We learn well. So therefore, things has changed. And we have to step up. But don't come tell me no pair of sneakers for a child going to cost $400 and $500. You crazy?
That's the cheapest they
That's
have.
what it costs.
Yeah, well, they will keep that.
What you mean?
Oh, I mean, you keep that.
You can't send your child to school barefoot. You know how much teasing and so the child can...
No. I ain't going to send them
But you're
barefoot.
planning to homeschool the child?
No, I ain't going to send the child to school barefoot. But there are other places you got to cool out with that kind of price of shoes you're coming telling me.
So you go Chinatown and buy a pair of shoes for $100 then?
No, that's the cheapest.
Wait. Hold on there. When you buy a pair of shoes in Chinatown for $100, where you going to wait? On your hand? On your foot? You tell you what you got in is how you carry it.
And then you got to go back within 2 months to buy another
Yeah,
two pairs.
Listen to
exactly.
me.
So that's
Listen
the
to
same
me.
$300.
You don't have to go back in the 2 months. It's how you kid. You don't go out and kick no can and stone with your Chinatown
Some
shoes.
shoes without kicking stone or even kicking ear would mash up.
Yeah, they'll mash
Look,
up. So you just stick it?
Look, Nital, are you finding out going to put an if, you know? But an if. Man, care, C-A-R-E. It come in many ways, man. Yes, your soul going to weigh down. Like a car Toyo, it going to weigh down. But if you don't drive a car fast and pull brakes and skid out every minute, your tires going to last longer than if you do that. So if you run on the street with your better shoes and do all kind of unnecessary things in moving you forward.
We took all type of shoes into consideration when we came up with the fact that the cheapest pair of shoe you could get for a child is around $300.
Quality shoe. Quality type shoe.
So that you won't have to go buy 2 more pairs.
Yeah.
hold on, man. Man, let me tell you something now, you hear me? It's the same foot and the same shoes. I had a pair of uppers, and I wear my uppers them 3 school term before the back of the heel start way down. And when a lady see me got them on, she say, boy, you get your money what? And from that she call me money what? It's how you care what you have, Nital. Definitely.
Because just certain things, don't care how much care you put into them.
They're going to weigh down because man make them.
Right.
But therefore, what you going to do? You're going to go delinquent in your house mortgage and electric light thing to buy a pair of shoes for your child because just to say
but we don't make the shoes them here, taxation, all those other stuff.
Listen, man, listen.
Duty.
Listen, I know we don't make them here, but you got people here to make shoes. And you could get them cheaper than where you're going in the store by the counter go buy. I know people buy shoes and before they reach up, they buy them for a load of money. And before they reach a certain amount of money, the soul drop off. That's a shame. They got to hide the shoes in the bag and go borrow shoes to go home.
So maybe there should be a policy that school shoes especially
no policy, nothing here.
Should not be more than $200.
No policy, nothing here.
But where you get the shoes from?
How you mean where you get it from? Mr. Grant don't make shoes. And the man up Newton don't make shoes. So you come and telling me them a local thing, man, we got to go back. What about go back to our original?
And then the children them start skipping school because they don't want to go to school in those stuff.
Who rule? Them are you? Who is the parent? Who is the parent?
The house in
you're working now. Yeah, you know that they ain't gone school.
The mindset, psychologically, you're damaging the
child.
Come
and tell you something now. It seems like the toy that teachers, you know. So what happened to the report? If they're skipping school, what happened to the report?
When you time you see it is too late.
So it can't be too late. They're still alive and you are the parent. You discipline them right there.
You report every 3 months.
You discipline them right there. And from there onward, you take a different tack with them. From there onward, you get where yesterday, you get where today, you ain't going to get where next week.
Carter, let me tell you, I only use the 300 as something that would be comfortable to people like you, and I know you're going to call in and protest that.
Call in and complain about them?
No, pay a school show gone up to us for $775.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. I don't know how much for a car tire here in St. But when my wife car need tires, I buy them in America, send them down, and we put on all 4 one time. I don't know how much they cost here. But let me tell you something. Who child gonna come and tell me that I see a pair of shoes down there and it costs $700 and it also got the same kind of pair of shoes and that they cost $225.
That ain't happening in the same pair of shoes.
You know what? Not the same pair, but the same brand.
Culture, I got a family member who went to buy 2 pair of shoes. And when they realized that this shoe cost $675, they had to flip a coin. And one called heads, you come on heads, you win, we buy your shoe, yours come back some to 2 weeks, 3 weeks after. That's how expensive school shoes are.
Yeah, I don't care how expensive they are. I don't care.
No
child, let me tell you
something. You cannot send a child in a school environment in $150 pair of shoes.
Hold on, then you
in the psychiatric ward.
Hold on, you know. Where the child brains be? In the foot or in the head?
Yeah, but what you weigh
would
but
impact
your brain.
The fact remain you bring in butt.
He's talking about like
listen to me, the child brain
They bully the child.
You don't need all that in your conscience.
So, let me tell you something. They bullying the child. They ain't a teacher to stop that.
Teachers can't stop bullying.
Yeah.
And when you come and telling me that
bullying follow you home to social media and stuff like that.
The brain in the child foot.
When you're home sleeping, you're being bullied. With the memories.
Man, that go a long time. This kind of word why you call bully.
When you're home.
This kind of word why you call bully. Man, that go on still know them Billy Ark.
You
tell me.
Home supposed to be your comfort.
Safe space.
And if you're going to go home and memories are what people are telling you,
memories
occupy your mind, that is being bullied in the absence of people.
But what could be worse than when I was going to school? Because I'm from Buckley's Estate. They used to call we from Buckley's Estate Buckley's Lamos, Buckley's Mule. and what do we call him? Barefoot Johnny.
Yeah, but
are
people
going
less
to name
hostile. People less hostile at that time.
people what?
Were less
Man, you're talking
hostile.
foolishness. Man, one of my best subjects in school was fight. Anyhow, you knock me ain't taking it.
Yeah, A
You
plus.
take up my book, me and you go fight. What less hostile you talking about, Nital? Are the same human being we be? Knock
No,
back in
I
it.
don't think that the children of today are that strong mentally, to be honest. And
I know.
Bullet.
Yeah.
Knock back in it.
The marks. No, you don't always have to hit somebody.
wait,
Yeah,
words
yeah,
hurt,
no,
you
look,
know.
Looking at you, making you the laughing
Look,
stock
I'm gonna
because
show
you
you
have on
something.
$100
I'm
pair
gonna show you.
show.
Let me tell you
In
something.
800 pair show environment.
Nital,
You're torturing your child.
torturing what child? Man,
Look,
don't you
what
know
are
stupid? Look,
those?
Nital, that is putting disrespect and ignorance in the children's head. To the man from the parent, I want this, and if you ain't give me this gonna happen. You
But
gonna tell me, hold on there,
they
hold on
asked you
there.
to come here.
You gonna tell me a child in a
Did they
room
write you a
in the
letter
house?
say they want to be born?
Who asked the parent to bring them?
Not a soul.
You know anybody? Well, don't even bring that here. Let me tell you something. You can tell me, you in the house with your children go in school, and they're in a room, you put them in a room because they're a child, and you want to go in the door lock, and you knock on the door, cup. Hear who that? And you let him know it's you, the father. And he ain't get to come open the door. That ain't supposed to be in your house. That mean here the parents and you're the child. Come on, man. We got to show them. We got to show them who's the parent.
Not necessarily.
Not who
I
necessarily.
used to study in my bedroom.
You know the amount of
And
parents
if
can't
my
go in the
mother,
church.
no, my mother knocked once, and I didn't answer, she wouldn't continue knocking. But if she knocked twice, 3 times, I know it's an emergency. But when I'm studying, you knock, I'm not moving.
Let me tell you
And she
this now.
got to understand
Let
that.
me tell you this. No child is supposed to prevent the parents from coming in the bedroom. None. I don't care what kind of lock to put on in the bedroom. Though. No, your place. I mean, the parent in and you. I mean, support you. I mean, pay the lights, everything in here. You're not supposed to tell me can't go in your room.
So you must stop me from doing my chemistry.
Man, what are you talking about? Man, Nital, don't come with them thing there, you know. Don't not disturb nothing here. I am talking about child and parent responsibility.
So a parent should just disturb a child with him.
Man, what
while
company you can tell me
studying.
about disturb?
And when I
what
can't get work now, you say you ain't
Come
got
tell
no
you
money to
something.
give
Come,
me
who
to
the
buy
house belongs
anything.
to? Okay, who the house belongs to?
Well,
Who paying the mortgage for you? Who bringing the water?
You.
Well, why I can't go anywhere in my house?
So why are you
And you gonna tell me
nurturing me
what
not to
disturbing
get a
you
good
from me?
education, to get a good job?
To open your door, to open your bedroom door, to come in there.
To do
look
what?
at. Oh, you mean to do what? Oh, you mean to do what,
To do
Nital?
some chemistry with me?
Well, okay, let me tell you something. Let the child check up the bedroom and go out in the yard with it. You can tell me in my own
Can
house, me
disturb a
can't come
child
in here?
just for the sake of disturbing it because you're the parents.
Disturbing what? Disturbing what? But Nital, a parent supposed to go in the 4 corners of the building, the house, what them want. Go in
And
there.
you get 10%,
Nobody supposed to tell you go out
15%
in
of
here.
the report. You want to know how that happened?
Nobody supposed to tell the parents go out to my room.
Yeah, but when the 10 and 15% come home, you want to know why it happened
10 or 15% of what?
in chemistry.
In chemistry?
Because you were disturbing me and I couldn't get to
Hold on.
study.
Me going in the room, go look for a pin I put down on the dressing table. That could disturb them from studying the lesson.
Yeah, I have to get up. I have to
Nital, let me tell you something. Get up for what? I know where I put it, and I go and go look
But
for
I have
it.
to get up to open
So what
the
that
door.
mean to tell you? You can't learn again after that.
You
So you can't learn for the rest of the
Very
day.
concentration.
Concentration.
Look, no. Don't tell me no stupidness, you know.
We can't be so
Man,
paternalistic
come and tell you
when it comes to
something.
children.
How many times you, Nital, lose concentration and you focus, and then you pick back up?
Everybody are made up. Everybody make up differently.
Make up different. God, I make no two man alike, but don't come tell me no nonsense. If me come in your bedroom to look at the dressing table for a
But
pin to
you
put
ain't
on there,
gonna come
or
in the
disturbing you
first
that you
place
can't
when
learn,
you opening the door.
that you can't learn. What you come telling me?
Culture, you wouldn't reach him because I would not open the door.
Well, I'm going to take it off. I will take off the door. Oi the boy, open the knob and knock it off. It's my house.
It's a culture.
Yeah, it's my house.
In the modern times now. No.
No.
No, listen to me. Let me tell you.
Some other time had nothing to do with it.
Let me tell you in that culture. Listen now.
Yes.
So in the modern times, right, there's something that young people are trying to push, and it's
I'ma tell you
called
something.
boundaries,
Don't
right?
go down the road. Don't go down the road in the house. In the
So you're telling me that you ain't gonna respect your child boundary if they want alone time
Hold on,
and
dear.
you want something in the
Hold on,
room,
dear.
you gonna
Hold
come.
on, dear. Any door supposed to be locked from you, the owner of the house, and who's the parent. That you can't go in your house.
Cause the child might want some privacy, some alone time,
What are you telling me? Look, one nonsense. Look, let me move. Let somebody is coming. You hear me? Don't come with that there. Don't come with that. What privacy? You got privacy in your own room, yes. But don't tell me 24 hours make a day. Or you can't come in your room for a minute to take a puppy off the table. They go left this morning or disturbing you. And you can't concentrate. Come on, people, man.
So what's the emergency?
I mean, man, they tell you here. I don't know what you need to come tell me about what's the emergency or you want to come in your room. What nonsense you come telling me, Nital?
So why you can't delay it?
Can't delay what? It's something I need to go to work with. Why should I delay it? So I'm going to stay home all the time because you know when me come in the room, can take it up. Because I'm going to disturb you.
To put it in a position
where what nonsense you come tell me about all that? Nital, see you here? Thank you very much.
Can disturb a child.
Look, man, don't tell me no stupidness. Do not tell me no nonsense, Nital. If I come in you and knock on the door, say, okay. I go in the door and say, I had a pin here this morning, I come for it. And I look, and I see the pin and I take it up. Well, you can tell me, I disturb you for the whole day?
What is pin doing in their culture?
Man, Nital, see you, here, see you. Again. Thank you very much.
Yes, I shall come and look for you.
See you, man, see you. Again.
Thank you, culture.
Technically,
yeah,
those are the kind of things I would meet up, eh?
We appreciate culture. We appreciate culture.
We have come to the end of this session. I want to give you all an opportunity to just invite people to listen, tune into your show and come September.
Host.
One second, let me do it.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, oh gosh, Barry and I will be embarked on a new journey, and this new journey will be dubbed Off the Records. This is a radio show which will cater to the issues that young individuals like ourselves want to discuss but are too afraid to discuss openly. So we are going to create that avenue for you to call in, for you to join us in discussions like that. So some of the things that we want to discuss are like anime, in relationship, trending stuff, current events, entrepreneurship, things like that. Things that we will be interested in.
That the younger audience would
gravitate to.
Yeah.
Right. So this show would be launched on the September 7th from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on Sugar City FM 90.3 on Wednesdays. That's correct, on Wednesdays. So every Wednesday, September 7th, Barry and I will be right here waiting open for discussions with you. So you can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. That's Off the Record radio program. So that's Off the Record radio program on Instagram and Facebook. We'll also be going live. And we're just inviting you to join us on this journey.
Yeah, we look forward for your support.
Yeah.
But off the record really mean not to be repeated.
Not to be repeated.
Not to be repeated.
So could you tell people in the public domain that they ought not?
Everything that we say is off the record.
It's going to be on Facebook.
Yeah.
They're going to be recorded.
Yeah.
To be listened to again.
Yeah, because,
But it's off the record.
Off the record.
Off the record, yeah. Can't hold it against us.
Do not hold it.
Can't hold it against us.
Here.
We ain't holding it against you.
Open discussion.
Yeah.
It's just off the record.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It was a pleasure having you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would like to thank Lourdes for her patience.
Thank you, Lourdes.
Thank you, Lourdes. The good hairstyle. Y'all should see Lourdes' hairstyle.
And for those who call in, whether in a controversial manner or supportive manner, whichever manner, we appreciate your call.
Yeah, big up culture.
And to the Development Bank, I say a special thank you for the continued supply of oxygen for the sustenance of this all-important social program. Thank you.
The opinions and statements made by the host and participants in this program are not those of the owners, advertisers, and management company of Sugar City FM 90.3, nor are such statements necessarily supported or endorsed by the owners, managers, or advertisers of the station. While we encourage all to share their opinions, we do not support any comments that may slander, discriminate, or otherwise offend anyone, and we insist that you refrain from any such statements.
If you have a dream.